Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're refiring up the time machine and setting the dial for the year 2000. We're re-heading out to explore two charming Ontario towns, Elmira and Cambridge, to see what they were like over 2 decades ago. It's amazing how much can change, and yet, how much stays the same. So buckle up, because this is going to be a fun trip down memory lane. Let's go see what gems we can uncover from the turn of the millennium. First up, let's talk about a name you might recognize: Appleton Electric. Back in 2000, if you were in Cambridge, you couldn't miss their factory. It was one of those classic, old-school industrial buildings that really gave the town a sense of its hard-working history. The red brick, the large windows. It was a landmark. For many people in the area, that factory wasn't just a building. It was a place where friends and family worked, a cornerstone of the local economy. It really represented an era of manufacturing in Ontario. Then, just a short drive away in Elmira, you had another piece of the Appleton puzzle. Here, Appleton Electric was part of the larger Emerson family. This location had a different vibe, maybe a bit more modern for the time, reflecting the business's growth and evolution. It was interesting to see how the same company could have such different footprints in two towns so close to each other. One felt like a nod to the industrial past, while the other was looking toward the future. It's a great example of how businesses adapt and expand over time. Seeing these sites really gets you thinking about how much has shifted. Back in 2000, these factories were bustling hubs of activity. Driving through Cambridge and Elmira today, you can see the landscape has changed. Some of these old industrial giants are gone, replaced by new developments, while others have been repurposed. It's the natural cycle of progress. Businesses move, they expand, they consolidate. The story of Appleton Electric in these two towns is really a story about the changing face of industry in southern Ontario at the dawn of the 21st century. Now, let's zoom out from the factories and take a wider look at Elmira and Cambridge in the year 2000. For anyone who grew up around here, this will be a real nostalgia trip. Think about the cars on the road. We were just starting to see more SUVs, but sedans and minivans were still king. The fashion, let's just say there was a lot of denim, maybe some frosted tips, and the music was a wild mix of pop-punk, boy bands, and the beginnings of a new wave of rock. Downtown Elmira still had that quintessential small-town charm. But with the feel of 2000, the storefronts would have looked a little different, with businesses that might not be around anymore. Imagine walking down the main street, maybe grabbing a coffee at a local spot that had been there for generations. The famous Elmira Maple Syrup Festival would have been a huge event, just as it is today, but with a distinct Y2K flavor. It was a time of community, of knowing your neighbors, a feeling that Elmira has always managed to hold on to. Over in Cambridge, with its distinct historic cores of Galt, Preston, and Hespeler, the year 2000 was a time of transition. The city was growing, blending its rich history with new development. The beautiful stone architecture of downtown Galt was, of course, a highlight. But think about the shops and restaurants that lined the streets back then. Remember Blockbuster Video? There would have been a few of those around for your Friday night movie rental. The Cambridge Mill was still waiting for its stunning transformation into the venue we know today. It's fascinating to picture the city on the cusp of the major changes that were to come in the new millennium. Walking through these towns, even in our minds, you get a real sense of the era. Payphones were still a thing you could actually find and use. The internet was something you dialed up for, and the world felt both bigger and smaller at the same time. It was a time of optimism, just after the world collectively breathed a sigh of relief that the Y2K bug didn't end civilization. This journey back to Elmira and Cambridge in 2000 isn't just about old buildings. It's about remembering a specific feeling, a moment in time captured in the streets. The people and the spirit of these two wonderful communities. Thanks so much for joining me on this little time-traveling adventure. It's always incredible to look back and see how far we've come. What are your favorite memories of Elmira or Cambridge from around that time? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to read them. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more journeys into the past. See you in the next one.